The mimics. Mimics. Nature's impersonators. Like ants and spiders, bees have mimics, too. There are several flies that mimic bees in order to fool hungry birds. Flower flies, bee flies, and some robber flies are all bee mimics. Africanized bees. Known as killer bees, these bees are a hybrid of the European honeybee and the African honeybee. There are about 28 different subspecies based on geographic variations. All species are cross-fertile. Originally, these bees were bred to create an insect with more robust honey production and be better adapted to tropical environments. But, like all good comic book supervillains, they were accidentally released from their quarantine in 1957, have since spread throughout the Americas, crossbreeding with local colonies. Their spread was rapid, and they are considered one of the most successful invasive species of all time. They get their adorable nickname Killer because of their intense, high aggression and quick tempers. Once a hive is roused, they don't back down and will swarm and hold a grudge. They have a larger alarm zone around the hive than normal honeybees and will deploy in greater numbers for defense, always pursuing perceived threats for long distances. While there is no difference between the venom of an Africanized bee and a normal honeybee, the fact that they swarm and sting in greater numbers and more aggressively makes them much more dangerous than any regular bee colony. Something very interesting about these hybrid bees, however, is that they are proving to be very resistant to things that kill most other bees. Recent studies have shown they are not as vulnerable to the varroa mite as their European cousins. This could be a clue in the ongoing investigation in protecting the bees from CCD. They are very difficult to tell apart from normal bees, only having a slightly shorter wing. Not sure most folks want to get that close to confirm. The only way you might know a wild colony was Africanized would be when it was too late, because they would still be after you and your children's children, while other bees would be content with simply driving you off. Large Australian bees. Cuckoo Bees. It seems there is always going to be the freeloader in every species, and cuckoo bees are that second cousin you have who wants to just crash on your couch for a week while he looks for a job, only as if he crashes, but then also eats all your food, and maybe your dog, and then you. Cuckoo bees are parasitic bees. They don't pollinate, and have none of the adaptations to collect it. Sweat bees. These types of bees are attracted to perspiration, hence the nom de plume sweat bees. Like almost all bees, they only sting when disturbed, and the sting is very minor. They tend to nest in the ground, sometimes in wood, and they have a technique of progressive provisioning in childrearing, where they lay an egg into a waterproof cell and seal it off along with a mass of pollen and nectar inside with the larva. As the new bee grows, it feeds on its prepared store of food. Plasterer Bees. Stingless Bees. There are about 500 species of stingless bees. While they actually do have stingers, the stinger itself is highly reduced and can't be used for defense. They will bite if they have to, and some of the species have mandibular secretions that can cause blisters. These are usually tropical or subtropical bees and can be found in Australia, Africa, Asia, Central and South America. Many of the species make honey, that is prized because they can be managed easily and the majority of them can't sting. The honey they make is lighter, has higher water content, and is less cloying than that of the European honeybee, but it spoils more quickly because of it and needs to be refrigerated. Mining bees. Carpenter bees. Carpenters are super cool bees just because of their looks. They are big and often mistaken for bumbles. But you can tell the difference with a closer look because they tend to have dark bodies and will have a shiny bare spot on the top surface of their abdomen. Unlike some other bees, you can even tell the male apart from the female. The ladies have black faces, and the dudes have yellow faces. Mason bees. There are about 140 species of mason/leafcutter bees worldwide. These bees are major pollinators. One bee on its own can pollinate up to 2,000 flowers a day. For this reason, orchards love them and will breed and let them loose in their trees. There is no hive to manage, however, because these bees are not social and live solitary lives. Bumble Bees. Honeybees. This is the bee that humans like and need, so it follows that this bee is usually the only bee anyone knows about. There are probably about 44 subspecies of honeybee, but we have only identified about 11. Native to Europe, these bees were prized for their gentle nature and honey-making skills. They were put to work by humans a very long time ago. There is evidence that we were managing bees for honey as far back as 15,000 years ago. The honeybee is the only species of bee that dies after stinging. The barb on their stinger will hook into the thread and pull out of the bee's body along with the poison sac, rupturing the abdomen.
Hey guys, thank you so much for the support and likes and comments down below, and also thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to see you in the next video. Then take care, bye.